Hello and welcome to Tales from the World's Firesides. I'm Clive Gilson, the story guy as ever, and today our journey takes us to North America. As you know, as a storyteller I try to find and preserve old folk and fairy tales that might otherwise be forgotten or lost, and it's a way of sharing cultures across the world. And this tale today is adapted from a book called Bayou Folk by Kate Chopin, first published in 1894. So, let's settle in, let's get the fire roaring because it's winter over here in the UK. Breathe in the scent of the evening rain because we have a lot of that at the moment too. And join me as we share the story of Boulot and Boulotte. Boulot and Boulotte. When Boulot and Boulotte, the small pine woods twins, reached the grand age of 12, a family council decided it was time for them to put their bare little feet into shoes. They were brown-skinned, black-eyed Cajun children who lived with their parents and a lively crowd of brothers and sisters halfway up a hill in a tidy log cabin with a thick mud chimney at one end. Shoes were now within reach, for the twins had saved many a small coin by selling wild grapes, blackberries, and sockos to the village ladies who liked to bottle such things for later. They were to buy the shoes themselves, and chose a Saturday afternoon for the great event, since that was market day in Nantich's parish. So on a bright afternoon, Boulot and Boulotte set off, hand in hand, their quarters, dimes, and little coins tied carefully into a Sunday handkerchief. They walked down the hill, while an eager cluster of younger siblings watched them go. Well, before the time they were expected back, the same group, led by 10-year-old Seraphine with baby Seraphine in her arms, gathered outside the cabin to keep watch. Even before the twins came into sight, their voices could be heard chatting away near the spring where they had clearly stopped for a drink. The sound grew louder. Through the pine branches appeared Boulotte's blue sunbonnet and Boulot's straw hat. Then the twins stepped into the clearing. Now a cry of dismay went up. "Have you two gone mad, Boulot and Boulotte?" shouted Seraphine. "You went to buy shoes, and you've come home barefoot like you left." Boulot flushed deep red. He dropped his head and looked awkwardly at his bare feet, then at the sturdy new brogues he was carrying in his hand. He had not thought of it at all. Boulotte, too, carried her shoes, glossy things with high heels and bright buttons. But she did not look embarrassed in the least. "You think Boulot and me got money to waste?" she replied with lofty scorn. "You think we buy shoes just to spoil them in the dust? Come on." And they all went to the house, feeling somewhat foolish, all except Boulotte, who clearly had the upper hand, and little Seraphine, who did not mind in the slightest. And so ends the story of Boulot and Boulotte. Stories like this remind us that people have always found the same way to tell stories that touch our hearts or educate us and fill us full of wonder, even though we have cultural differences and different locations and so on. You can explore the full collections of folklore that I've put together from around the world in print and digital form. You can find them at the link below at Amazon. You can also drop by my website, clivegilson.com, where you can find out some more information and also get in contact if you wish. And if today's tale stirred something in you, do subscribe. Share your thoughts below and pass the story along to friends. That's how we grow our cultural ties. Thank you as ever, though, for joining me at Tales from the World's Firesides. I'm Clive Gilson, the story guy. And until next time, stay well and keep the storytelling fires burning brightly.